Hello and welcome to the second part of our presentation templates webinar. I'm Maria, part of the Design Crew 356 Labs, and now we're going to talk about the process behind building a template in PowerPoint and how to connect it with your brand. Till the end of the session, you will know how PowerPoint works behind the scenes and how it can help you in creating truly effective presentations faster. I'm Maria, a designer from 356 Labs, and now I will reveal you the way how we can build a template in PowerPoint. We understood that the template is not just a simple presentation, but actually it's a complicated system that contains predefined fonts, colors, styles, or any kind of other graphics, for example, and to achieve an effective template which is customized for the client's needs, for your needs, actually we go through a very serious analysis. So based on that analysis, we always discuss further what are the situations that you will use those templates, what is the content that you use, and so on. And after that, we of course process develop this template. So now we are going to dive deep into exactly this process, how we are going to build the template and what are the main elements. So we are going to start with the master slide. What is it and how does it affect the whole template? What are the themes and how can we customize them? Also, what are the placeholders and what they can do? And we are going to talk about some design principles that are very useful and, let's say, even obligatory for you. And not last, the enterprise designer, which is the technology behind the updated design ideas, and not only, which can help you in achieving a really nice results. Okay, so I'm going to turn to PowerPoint, but just want to tell you that the first part will be really very important from an, let's say, informational point of view. And in the second part, where it will be a little bit more visual, I'm going to show you, of course, one example from a client presentation. So let's not lose any more time and go to File, Blank Presentation. Why? Because every time we actually start to build a template, we start from scratch. This is an important note. So this is the default slide of PowerPoint with this title and a subtitle here. And under this layout button, we know that there are several options. But what are these layouts here and how can we add more and how can we customize them? Well, the answer is hidden here in the View tab under Slide Master. So in this Slide Master view, this hidden part of each and every presentation in PowerPoint, you can find some really magical things. So it looks a little bit like a normal view, especially here in this part, but if we go to the top, we see this big slide. Well, this is the exactly Slide Master, and this is, you can assume this as the mother of all these layouts down there, and it has a very special connection. You can see that this slide is connected with the other layout. So whatever you do on this slide will appear directly on the other layouts down here. So I'm going to show you how this works. Just insert a simple shape here, and you'll see that this shape will appear on all layouts immediately. So these are the default layouts that you usually see under that layout button. Okay, another thing that this master slide does is actually that here you can define the styles for especially titles and the text that you use usually in your presentation. So here I'm just going to quickly show you also what can we do with the title. For example, just changing the color, and you can see that throughout the whole set of layouts, the title box is also changing. This is a special box, let's say, that have these specifics. We're going to talk about it a little bit later. Now I'm going to introduce you to themes. So what are the themes? Well, these are predefined sets. They can be sets of colors or fonts or other styles and design elements that can really makes the template building very fast and can ensure consistency throughout the presentation you create after that. So here in the default set of PowerPoint, there are some themes that probably you have seen, but I'm not going to talk about them. I'm going to show you how you can develop your own and customize especially the colors and the fonts so that they can be following the brand identity that you need. So going to this colors button here, we see that there are a lot of presets with palettes already set. I'm going to jump in the customize colors button, and here are all the colors that you can customize for your set, and these are what they stand for. The first four are special, and I'm not going to change them now. You'll understand why a little bit later. But for example, I can show you how you can change the accent one color, which is now blue. For example, I can set it to this red. And the accent two color, let's say that we are going to customize it more from the more color section. Here, if you don't know what is RGB, this is a special color mode. Yeah, these are the the names of the colors in the digital area, let's say. So if you have a specific brand color, you can ask for the name in RGB so that you can type in here the values. And I'm gonna just just type something like that, and you can have your own own brand color here. So you can do this for all these colors. You can, of course, name it and click Save. Okay, yes, you saw it, right? Now this shape turned red. You remember it was blue, and why? Because actually by default, PowerPoint set every inserted shape into the accent color 1, which was blue, and now we change it to red, remember? So the same thing is with the title here. So no wonder why if sometimes if you copy a slide from one presentation into another and all the colors mixed up, well, that's because they have used different color themes. So this is the reason, no more surprises. Okay, now let's see what this fonts menu here can provide us. It's similar, just going to customize fonts, and we have two options. One is for the title slide, and the other one is for the normal text here. So I'm going to use a Gordon Pro Black, not Gordon Pro, let's say bold, which is our brand font, Gordon Pro. So here again, Gordon Pro Normal, and I'm gonna name it again like this. Okay, yes, you saw that these are the changes that implement just immediately in the layouts below. Okay, great. And now I'm going to, so just to say, maybe you have some questions. We'll leave them for after the session. So thanks for having them. Thanks for sharing, and we'll answer later. Okay, now continuing with the themes for the styles, the shape styles. Here in this button, which is called Effects, we can see that there are several options. So, PowerPoint, let's say, is not so good into updating some kind of styles. So these styles here are really outdated. So please stick to the default option. And now I'll show you a really interesting trick how to make your own predefined style for the shapes. We can take this shape, for example, and customize it the way we want. For example, I will take out the outline that PowerPoint always put on the default shape. So I will just say, please, no outline. I will also change the shape feel, let's say, to some kind of a gray. And now I can ensure that every time I insert a certain shape, it will look like this. I just need to click with the right button and choose set as default shape. So that's the magic. Okay, the same magic we have for normal text boxes. Let's say I'll just insert one and edit the type inside whatever I want. For example, I want it to be red, I want it to be bold and bigger. And now I select the box, I select the text box, and with the right mouse button again, set as default text box. So let's see actually what happens in the normal view. So going to the slide master tab, we choose this close master view to return back. So see that we have some changes in the title style as we made it in the master slide. And now I'm going to insert a shape. And let's see, any kind of shape. Actually, it will look exactly like this as we set it up. So this is a super quick way to to achieve consistency throughout your presentation. It works perfectly well. This is the same with the text boxes. So ABC, yeah, it's the same. Great. Now, I'm going to, again, the slide master and explain you why sometimes we cannot move anything from the background. Okay, so I'm going to insert again a shape. Let's say this one. Let's say we want to put the logo or some kind of a graphic on the background. And as I told you, everything goes down the layouts in the same way. So I'm going to again insert also a text box here. Let's say like this. Okay, so what, oops, I want it to be, sorry, on the main master slide here. Okay, so what is going to happen in the normal view? Let's see. Well, we have two things that are totally not editable. You've seen so many times how this happens with some graphics on the background. This is because whatever is on the master slide and it's just a normal shape or text box, it's locked. So going back, view, slide master, and you'll see that on the master slide, of course, they are unlocked because they are created here, but also on the layout, they are locked. So whatever is on the master slide locks on the layout and on the normal view. If I create something, something here, sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to open the icons. I wanted to open the shapes. So if I create something in the layout down here, I can of course edit it in the layout, but in the normal view it will be also locked. So be careful what you put, especially on the master slide where everything gets locked. But we saw that there are some boxes like this which are editable, where these boxes are not just normal text boxes, they are called placeholders. So when we are on a layout in the master view, I will just insert one new layout, which is blank. We already have here title and elements for the footer. So these two has a specific role. So that's why we can turn it off and on from these two boxes here. So I can choose to have a title or not, and so on. And to insert a placeholder, we just go to this button here, and we see that we have a special placeholder for text, picture, chart, table, smart art, even video, and one which is for everything. So I'm going to create very fast one text box. Don't be stressed out of these. These are the styles of text which are predefined here in the master slide. So I can just click here and insert some kind of a text. And I want to add another placeholder, let's say for picture. Good. Okay, nice. Let's see what happens in the normal view now. So go to slide master, close master view, and I'm going to change the layout to the custom layout that I just made. So I have these elements and I can write inside and I can also click the icon or just drop some kind of a photo. So whenever I drop the photo in the slide, PowerPoint knows that there is a specific place for pictures and it puts the pictures there. So the picture is cropped, it's in yeah, just proportions, sorry. And yeah, and it looks nice. It's great. It's super easy. So let's go back to the master view. So view, slide master. And as you can see, this is not a great design of a slide. So maybe we can do something for that. And I'm going to introduce you to something else called guides. So going to view tab again and clicking on this guides box here. So what appeared are those lines. You can see those dotted lines here. These are the guides. So the guides are invisible lines that we can shift so that we know, for example, where to put our content. And I recommend you to make some guides in the master slides to define the working area that you should not exceed. For example, it's really important from design perspective that you have enough white space around your slide, around your content. So I'm going to drag this and click the control button to copy the guide and put one on the right side. Also put one to know where my title is. Also one I can put on the top of this content space and one for the bottom. So now we have the basics of our grid, the design grid that is super important into achieving a professional looking design slides. So it's not important to be a designer, it's just important to follow these guides. It's really going to look very beautiful after that. So I can go back to this layout here and now I can just, set the shapes so that they are in line with this grid that we made already, just like that. It looks much nicer. And also, if now we click to the other slides, we can see that there is consistency. So it's a very easy way to achieve consistency in this way. Also, you can make, for example, to divide the slide into 3 columns. Let's say I'll do something like this very quickly. Of course, you can be much more precise. I'm just, just want to show you what can we make. Actually, I'm going to insert again a new slide. I'm going to get rid of this title and going to put a picture placeholder, for example, like this, and then again a text placeholder below. And also I want this text to be like a title for the picture. And so I don't need the bullet points and I want it to be in the center and I want it to be bold. So let's select it first. Okay. And now I can just select, copy, holding again the control key and following the grid system. So something like that. And again, and so now I have very easily a very nice layout, which is in line with the other layouts because it follows the grid system. So I don't know if you saw, there were some little red guides, little red arrows that appeared. Do you see them on the bottom and in some other places? Well, these are actually smart guides. To turn on smart guides, which shows you where to position and where the spaces are equal, just click with the right button and go to here, grids and guides, and turn on smart guides. So it's super, super easy to use them. So I recommend you to do it right away. Okay, so now we have this, and I'm going again to show you what can happen in the normal view now. So we have this layout, but actually we want to change it to the new one and see what happens with the picture. It actually went to the first place that it has a picture placeholder from the new layout, and it's great. It also happened with this text here. It just went to the first text placeholder. So we can also just grab two photos and just drag and drop them to the slide, and they will go to the exact places for placeholders, and we can yeah, of course, add more titles here, and they will be in line with the design. So you can make whatever layouts you want based on these grids and guides. So yeah, now this actually finally is not a perfect template, because it's not a template at all. It's not saved as a template. So what we are going to do is just go to File and click Save As. Of course, go to Browse. And not like PPTX, but we want to save this as POTX, which stands for PowerPoint template. This is a special format which enables you to start always from the same point and not delete anything from the template that you've done. So it's really important to use this kind of of a format. So I'm going to, of course, name it something like that. Go to define a place, so that the place that by default it will show, it's a custom office template, which is a special place in your laptop or on your device. But I can, of course, tell you whatever place I want. So click save, and now you have a saved template, and it's yeah, it's super convenient. And also what else you can do with this POTX file is actually to put it here on the navigation bar in the fast buttons, so that, for example, this is a custom template that we're going to see after that, and it is here because it's a POTX file, and here from more teams we can add it, and we can directly start with our custom templates. So it's a really fast way. A lot of companies are using this. Yeah, so it's super convenient. Okay, so I'm going to go out of this and go to another example, just to show you how a real template can work, and also to see how the enterprise designer can work. So we're jumping into this template. As you can see, there are a lot of grids here, a lot of guides. Okay, so I'm going to just turn them off just for you to see better. So this is a template for a company called Westernacher. Last time I was talking about them. They are a very big worldwide company with so many different kinds of situations when they need to present, and also a lot of employees. So you can imagine that they really need a system to meet all those needs. So we designed, this is part only of the live template of Westernacher, and I'm going to show you now what's behind the scenes here. So we're going to view Slide Master, and what we're going to see here. Okay, so first, the main master slide, it has these customized titles, and also customized styles for the text. I'm going to show you how does this works. Also, we have so many layouts. You can see that some of them are similar, just for example, number of points more, and so on and so on and so on. And at the end there is also another section. Actually everybody can add a section. It's just insert Slide Master, and it can add another such family with a mama master slide and another layout, and this family contains with the default layout. So something that I should definitely tell you is that usually by default you saw that there is such a set with default layouts. So the important thing is, do not delete the default layouts that are from the first master slide, because PowerPoint just don't like when he doesn't find the default slide, and it can crash. So nobody wants to make a presentation that can crash. So just don't delete them. Just you can of course edit them, you can add more and so on. From the second or third sections, you can delete all the slides if you want beneath the master. But from the first default, just don't delete them, only edit them. Okay, I'm going to again delete this. Good. So let's see how the other stuff is working. I'm going to add a new slide, which is blank, just to see some of the things. So let's see how the insert shapes works. So we are going to insert this. Well, see, this is also a customized shape. We can go to a shape fill and see that there is a theme color set. There is also, yeah, actually here we use the Arial font because of some other reasons, like this presentation is going to be sent over so many participants that don't have the exact font. So yeah, sometimes it's better to use the system fonts. But yeah, it has anything else. It also has these, for example, arrows that are also with a specific style. Also, we can insert very easily some shapes and make some graphics in a very fast way that are consistent, and so on and so on. So you see, and we can even insert a text box here and start typing, and everything is customized. So it's really easy to make some kind of a graphics in this way, and they can be consistent and yeah, beautifully looking across the whole presentation. So yeah, what else we can do? Actually, the thing about the Enterprise Designer is that it uses all these settings like color themes, color fonts, and the other that I showed you into helping you to develop really nice versions of the slides and to help you to be creative. So, for example, let's go to this slide, and you know that there is an option to turn one presentation from light mode into dark mode. So to make this really smooth and how to say, without any problems, the new PowerPoint uses this Enterprise Designer technology. So it's not only the design ideas, you see. Okay, so we just go to design. I'm just moving this here because here there is background styles. So from background styles, I can choose the dark mode. So here is what happens. You remember even the logo was black, so now it's white. How does this happen? Actually, this is a very specific case, because here it's used not just a picture of the logo, but something called SVG file. So I'm going to turn again to the white version. Yeah, so SVG, what is it? I'm going to quickly demonstrate you. Let's make just again a new blank slide and insert a logo. Well, this time our logo. So the SVG is a scalable vector graphic, which means that you can really make a huge logo, like even this big, and it will not use its quality. It will be as crisp as in the beginning. So this is one of the best things about the SVG files. But the other thing is that we can, for example, change the color of this logo. So it's really wonderful, and this is why the enterprise designer can also change the color of this logo here, because it uses the exact colors from the themes, and not just any color, but the first four, one of the first four. As I told you, it's super important to have these four colors with a nice contrast, because as you can see, this is white background 1, and this is blue gray, which is text 1. So when we are in the light mode, we use the background 1 color, and the text 1 color for the text. But when we are in the dark mode, we use this one for the background, and this one for the text. So it's really important to have a very nice contrast, so that the enterprise designer can work smoothly with these colors. The same is with this second couple here. Okay, so I want to show you also another thing that the enterprise designer does, and I'm going to switch this layout to photo only, and I'm gonna just drop down here this photo, which is in the blue color scheme as this corporate style of Westernacher. Okay, so what can we do with this photo? What other layouts can we have? I'm going to design and turn on the design ideas tab. Well, this tab before worked so that it gives you random kind of ideas. For example, it can give you ideas with something red, something with flowers, or I don't know, just a randomly designed layout which doesn't have any connection with your brand identity, and it's not actually helping you. It can really even destroy your presentation. But now what you can see now is that the enterprise designer chooses only layouts from the current template, even not from the whole template, but from the section of which we started this layout. So this is really crucial. And for example, you can see how fast you can have this kind of a layout. I mean, it's really just so flawlessly, so easy, so even enjoyable. The photo is cropped in a very nice way. You can further change this. Just click with the right button, click on crop, and you can see how you can change the focus of this photo, for example, and show another part. So it's super easy, it's great. So we have to be really thankful to the designer, to the enterprise designer technology, and to Microsoft for having this chance. Yeah, and another thing I want to show you, just as something that we can do before finishing, are these styles. As you saw in the master slide here, we have very complicated set of styles, of predefined styles for the text, and how we can use them. Actually, I'm going to go out, and yeah, just we'll have a new slide where I have yeah, simple kind of a text. Okay, so in this case, I can write something here, but oops. But of course, you see that it takes the style of the placeholder. But from these buttons right here, let's see. So these are the oops. Yeah. Okay. So these buttons here, you can see that I can change the styles. And these are the styles that are predefined in the slide master. So it's a very fast way to customize your template and have some predefined styles that you can use in a very fast way. And also don't worry if sometimes something strange happens. If somebody have put a strange style in some of these options, of course it will happen. This is the way PowerPoint works. So, thanks for watching. You're gonna receive an email with the recording of this webinar. Also, you'll be able to find it in our blog soon. And if you're interested in more topics like this, you can check our website or the blog that we update weekly with a lot of presentation knowledge. So, hope you have a good evening and see you soon.